looking at my new Hackintosh. I started building this 5 years ago and I had some problems with it. And we found out it was the power supply, and then I put the parts away and I forgot where I put most of the parts, and I found them about a month ago and I go, oh, I can finally build this computer. So it's using a GA-7976-UD5H motherboard made by Gigabyte. I realize that's an older motherboard, but I bought this motherboard like 5 years ago. Also, it's running a GeForce 650 made by NVIDIA. Again, that's an older video card. There's the video card. Voila. The newer video cards have audio out, which is something I didn't know because I have a NVIDIA card in here. This is my Dell Optiplex. I got it about 6 months ago. It's great for the amount of money I paid for it. Anyway, but that's the computer that stays out here in the living room with my TV. So this computer, as you can see right now, that is OS 10 High Sierra. Thank you very much. And it's running on this. This also is running a 3.5 gigahertz quad-core i7 processor. Again, it's 5 years old, but it's still a pretty fast setup. And the hard drive in it is 480 SSD, and it's got a 1 terabyte drive for the OS 10 installation. So we back up here. Here is Mac. Now the problem, guys, as you know, you guys have helped me, including the guy who made created the installation for OS 10 for me. Thank you very not for me, but this guy here, the guy who made this, it's not running off of the GeForce. It's running off the built-in video on the motherboard because I can't get it to run off this GeForce, and I have to get it to run off the GeForce. It won't start with the GeForce. But here are some of my programs. I've already started Photoshop before, so you normally don't get, that quick, but it's pretty quick. It's about 2 seconds to launch Photoshop. And I've got, let's say, Word. Word starts in 1 second. There's Excel, and there's Excel, about 2 or 3 seconds. I'm not counting. Here we go. Here's Final Cut 10, and it launches in about 2 or 3 seconds. So you get the idea. This is a really fast computer. It's not online yet. I haven't tried updating anything. There's really no files on it. It's just ready to go. So I'm going to show you. I keep putting the phone down, so I'm going to do a restart here. And we are restarting. Just to show you guys. So it starts right up off of the USB. So I was running High Sierra, and if I don't hit the button in 3 seconds, it's going to go right to High Sierra. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to boot to Windows. This basically is what they call a dual boot computer. Why? Because sometimes you want a Mac and sometimes you want a PC, and you want to have it in one computer. Now the PC is running off of a standard 1 terabyte drive, which means it's got to be spinning, which means it takes a bit longer to start up. And there's our Windows. And there is Windows. Now, if you look, you can see I'm getting what I call a spillover, where the icons are spilling over the side. Now, you see there what's spilling? Now, I get that on this computer, this one right here, but I was not getting that when I was running it off of the, running the computer from the video card. But when I went to the onboard video, I'm getting what I call spillover. Okay, so let's just compare. We're going to launch, let's see, we're going to launch Word. Let's take an idea how long it takes to launch Word. Takes, you know, good 20 or 30 seconds to start Word, whereas the Mac operating system is so much better than Windows 10. Okay, and we quit that. Wonderful, it crashed on me. Okay, because I haven't run it for a while. Let's start Word again. I want to make sure this works. Okay. Okay, so there's Word. You see where it's going over the edge? I have to sort of guess where it is. That wasn't the case when I'm running off the video card. Okay, now to give an idea, here is good old Photoshop. And it's bothering me about my virus prediction. Okay. Okay, now we have launched Photoshop, and you see how long it takes for it to launch Photoshop. It's thinking. There's Photoshop launching away. See, it's got to load. It takes some time. This is why I say Hackintoshes are amazing. They really show you the difference between how much better the Mac OS is as compared to the PC. See, it's taking 30, 40 seconds to load up. Maybe even close to a minute. Okay, there's our Photoshop, right? And we're going to exit Photoshop. And we are now going to restart the computer. And you're going to see how I go back into Mac. It took me a long time to get this to go, and I'll mention the guy's name. Well, you can see the guy's name in the BIOS setup, not the BIOS, but the startup, the guy's name. It's hard to, I'll show it to you in a minute. Did a really good job on setting up the Clover. It's Olarila. OLARILA.com. So we're going to start this. It's a lot of choices, but only a couple of them work. Boot Mac OS from High Sierra. And we're going to click that. And this first bit of text comes down. And there's a pause. And a whole bunch of stuff's going to come down. And then you get a blue screen, then you get the Apple and a line, and then there it is. There's my password. And there we go. The Apple is online. The difference between the Apple being online quick and the PC is both because Apple is a better operating system and the PC is running off of a spinning hard drive, whereas the Apple is running off the SSD. But let's just, you've seen that I've opened up the computer, just started it, and we're going to click on Photoshop. We're going to see how long it takes to launch Photoshop. That's how long it takes to open Photoshop. I'm sorry, but that's a little bit faster than a PC. Okay? That's really fast. And we're going to open up, and everybody knows, Final Cut Pro. And there's Final Cut Pro ready to go. We can try to open something that's a little bit more difficult to open, like After Effects. Quite a bit more time than Photoshop, but it's a much bigger program. And there you go. There's your After Effects running. I haven't even used After Effects for a long time. So, and one more thing, we're going to show you the starting of good old Word. And there you go. 3 seconds to start Word and Excel. It's like you blowing your nose. There you go. There's Excel. What else do we got here? I really don't use that much stuff. That's pretty much it. I mean, I can't use Siri. I don't have a audio hooked up to this. So you get the idea. Again, those guys who helped me out, you're great. Let's see if we can figure out how to get the video card running. And that's it for now.